Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. Feeling a little defeated today, a little bit under the weather, not majorly so. Well, no, that's not true. I get kind of bad sometimes, like feeling down. I um I recently spoke with my med specialist because there's a lot of people with schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder who choose not to medicate themselves or choose not to be medicated by a professional. But I do. Um, and it was kind of an interesting session. I don't want to go into the details, but somehow I was able to open up to her in ways that I've never been able to open up to professional, medical, therapeutic, psychological, whatever you want to call them, professionals. I never managed to actually explain my experience in a way that maybe is more helpful than not. So she's changing my meds, and we'll see how it goes and all that stuff. And I get comments sometimes on these videos about people wondering, do I choose to get medication, or do I choose to just try to combat schizoaffective disorder naturally? Uh, it's a totally individual decision. I would never, I am not a medical anything, so obviously don't take my word for it. But it kind of brings to mind this idea that it's hard for people to connect nowadays. It's hard for people to connect the dots for themselves. It's hard for people to connect the dots for other people. It's hard to feel understood. It's hard to actually um, feel like you've got people who get you and who understand everything that you're going through. I'm sure it's rarer than that. I mean, no one ever really knows what experience is like for other people, right? But since developing the schizoaffective, and while in the process that I was developing it, now that I can recognize the signs of it creeping up on me. My med specialist person, she was concerned that maybe it's creeping back up on me, that maybe I'll have another breakdown. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, or if I'm just able to communicate it clearer, the totality of the experience of schizoaffective. But feeling connected to other people, I lost a lot of friends, people who could have been good friends, people who I really regret doing some of the things that I did when my behavior was erratic, doing some of the things that I did to them. Really regret it. Really feel bad about it. Not that I didn't regret it instantly anyway. Um, but disconnection, disconnection is a big deal these days. I feel disconnected anyway. I very rarely leave the house unless I absolutely have to. Initially, that began as COVID precaution, but I think now, if I'm being honest, it's just that I'm not so sure that other people will accept me the way I am anymore. Even people who've known me a really, really long time. I'm not so sure that they'll understand what I've been through. I'm not so sure that they'll accept that even though I did some things that were bad, that those bad things were not necessarily me, but rather this monster expressing itself through me. but not me. Not anything that I was before. Not anything now that my feet are actually on the ground again, somewhat on the ground again. I try to stay creative. I try to do things. I try to, I have a million movie marathons. Like, I'm watching all 6 Jurassic Park movies right now. I'm watching all the Marvel movies again, all the Star Wars movies, and I complain about never having anywhere to go, nothing to do, no one to see, and it's because I've walled myself off, and I can admit that. I can admit that I just don't get out much anymore, man. So, really, I think I'm benefited by the fact that I live with my wife, and I live with my father-in-law, and we do the best we can. It's a beautiful place that we live, honestly. If you look around, pretty place. I love it out here. I guess there's really no point for such a rambly video other than to say we're all of us more connected than we think we are. By a lot. By a lot. The things that we do, we influence everybody around us. They always say that you should trust the tree that bears the best fruit. All the trees that we plant in a day bear fruit. There's an airport near here too. It's pretty cool, like a little mini airport. Little Cessna planes and stuff. So just be careful what fruit you're bearing. Careful what trees you're planting. Careful that you're sowing good things if you can. Life is uncontrollable, but we can try to be good. We can try to influence and love, and isn't it about time for that too? I guess that's all I gotta say today. Jeff Bull Central. Like, subscribe. I don't know if this video was helpful in any way. I just felt like talking, so peace. Bye-bye.